Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogg, creator of dotBoom. How's it going? It has been a while, I know. I haven't really had a huge amount of behind the scenes things to talk about because after season 1 of dotBoom sort of drifted off to Palpatine, Gideon Talks, and a couple other things. But we're back. We're going to be working, we are working on dotBoom season 2. It'll take a little while to get out there for a number of reasons, both financial and also because I'm kind of psychotic, and the scale of work I go for is pretty unreasonable even. So as you can see here, this is the story. This is the current version of the story, point by point. If I wasn't moving the camera like this, and if it was high resolution, you could probably read the plot points. Oh, you'd also have to read my handwriting. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing is on this nice new and cute little Kodak ZI6 sort of micro HD camera. Going to be sort of making with the updates. You know, I got a bunch of puppets we're already working on, a bunch of stuff, so it'll be a little while before we get up to that point, I think, because there's a bunch of stuff to catch you up on. How you doing, by the way? Have you been well? I hope you're doing well. I do hope you're doing well, despite my going and looking away right after that. But oh, the very first thing is not really the very first thing, but it's before the story. Just here. That's the new logo. Oh, this is the new logo. See, it's got a little 2. The story part isn't part of the logo, but the number 2, that's what I'm going for. There's also a version where it's white with a black outline, which looks cool also. New website. So here, this way, behind the original Maddie and Kiki, I believe. Yes. Good new website, brand new dotboom.ca. Go there, check it out. It's a lot of functionality. It's a new design. The design for the first site was great. Nadine Alessio, a friend of mine, did that, which was looked really good. I really liked it. But there's different data needs for the second season. First, it had to be able to structure the video layout a little differently on the site, support bigger displays and stuff like that. So I ended up designing it and building it myself in Rails. A lot of stuff. There's a blog, which is not terribly exciting because it's just a blog, but a forum that I'm still working on, but it is actually totally functional. New episode stuff, and you know, there's a bunch of things. There's a fan club coming because there's going to be some fundraising stuff we're doing, hopefully, and the fan club kind of figures into that. But also, if you sign up on the site, you can register with the site as a whole, and then fan club, there will eventually be like free ebooks and free paper doll puppets and stuff like that. So go to the website, go to dotboom.ca, sign up now, yeah, and also, there's this thing called the Horror Stories. It's actually dotboom's Tales of Office Place Horror, where basically the idea is if you work in an office, or basically if you have a job, it doesn't really have to be an office, and you have a horror story, like your coworker's really annoying, or your boss is stupid, they do something that really just honks you off, then you sort of write, you post this story on the website, and then people can vote on it, sort of dig like, and then you can basically share your pain with the world, and people can leave comments and commiserate and stuff like that. So if you have such stories, please come to the site and leave them. Now you have to register to the site to submit the stories, but I don't track who's submitting which stories. It's just sort of a spam limiter kind of thing. But you can vote, like you can tell who people are voting on and commenting stuff, but you don't have to, they're backing up slightly. I do not record the information on who's sending what stories. The only way you could tell who's writing what stories is basically by the narration of the story, I guess. But anyway, you should check it out. There's a lot of stuff coming in the next, ideally, few weeks. But you should check it out. It's good fun. It's pretty good fun. The very first thing, I don't know how long the battery's going to last on this, so I'm going to disappear for a second, but I'll be right back. Okay, we're good for batteries. Because this is my first time using the thing more than a few seconds, so I don't know how long the batteries last. Because they're double A's, because it's a cute little camera. Yeah, so originally, dotBoom Season 2 was, actually I started plotting that after dotBoom Season 1. It was going to be massive, going to be really, really huge. And then sort of financial stuff came, and then I decided to do some smaller shows because I thought that'd be more fun. You're not more fun, but different and simple and stuff. And then at some point I was deciding that it would be cool to do sort of a dotBoom 1.5 and just do like say 6 3-minute episodes with a couple puppets, record it in a weekend, put up a season 1.5. And of course, this is me. If you've seen any of these before, seen the show, you know I built an entire sitcom in the basement. So it didn't stay at 1.5 for very long, so it became 2. Story-wise, though, the stuff that I came up with for season 2, which will now be season 3, that's untouched. So this is all in between these two spaces. So season 2 will begin. Diab is still in the coma, that kind of thing. So it's not a far jump ahead in time. It's sort of close after. Lots of great stuff. In subsequent episodes, I'll talk about the actual building the puppets. But the new puppets look badass. And we're making the new puppets because, quite frankly, we're much better at making the puppets now, because the first season of dotBoom, those are the first puppets I ever built, and then also the many ever built. And so we built a number of puppets for personal use and for client use and all this stuff over the past couple of years. Got a lot better at it. So the new puppets, if you actually go to dotBoom.ca, the new puppets are in the cast pages and also on the header of the main page. But really, really nice. It's easily the best work so far that we've done, and puppets are really coming along nicely. So we're working on that. We're might actually be filming it in a live studio, or not a live studio, an actual working office. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go, and I won't be directing them. Probably, maybe Matt Campana has agreed. Hopefully, he still will to record them. It'd be very cool because he's actually a proper director. All I have to do is build him a puppet that looks like him. It's pretty simple. Also, it's kind of a spoiler for season 2. Bono totally going to be in the show, not the actual performer guy, but a puppet. Bono won't be his voice. But we're working on guest stars. We're working on sponsorship. We're working on a whole bunch of stuff. But for right now, this is the story. The cast will be in some way smaller. Some of the returning characters won't be. The recurring characters from the first season won't be back. Some will. Dan, Jason's dad, will figure fairly prominently in it. I can't say really who else will be there because that would kind of spoil some stuff. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So I think the next time I'm going to talk about the idea or the sort of designing of the new versions of the puppets, which was kind of an interesting thing to do. And I don't want to ramble too much. I want to keep these fairly short initially, although if you've watched the first ones, you know I do tend to ramble. So before I let you go in this first of the making of season 2 bits, here I'll just give you a sneak preview of what the new puppets look like up close. Okay, so the lighting is bad, but this is the original Mojo. I'm going to take him off the shelf. This is not the new one, of course. This is the original. This is the original. This is the original. And blam! The new one. Pretty cool, huh? Let me shine a little light on this situation here. So this is the old, and this is the new. This Mojo right here, finest puppet I've ever built. He's really good. This is a raccoon. The end of the last season. This is Jason's head and Snitch's head. The raccoon, if you recall, we sort of implied that some raccoons were actually controlling Farrah's mind. And this right here, original cute little Farrah. He's such a cute little guy. And I'm gonna use zipping around here. I'm sorry for that, but this is Farrah 2 right here. Looking pretty great. Stephen Colbert may or may not make an appearance. Not the voice, but the puppet. There's Bono. There's Gideon, which I made for FITC Festival, but I'm totally using him in the show. And the new Dan, complete with removable wig and blinking eyes. Yeah. Which is actually just controlled from the inside as well. So, yeah, so this is the beginning of the making of. I'll be doing them. I have this little camera, so I can just plug it into the computer and toss it up real quick. So the idea is we're doing it every couple days, something for a while. Got a lot of stuff to do in the making of the show, so there'll be a lot to talk about. Hope you will come back. I hope you'll also go to dotBoom.ca, register, leave comments in the forum, blog. Leave some horror stories. That'd be really fun. I think that'll be the part of the site, which, as an aside, there will be a screencast forthcoming. Showing all of the specific ins and outs of the dotBoom site, so that you can sort of get the most out of it. Have to do that, but that's in progress. But you come there. I think that could be a really cool part of the site because, Oh, sorry. I just want to make sure it was recording. A cool part of the site because you come back all the time, and just everyone. There's an unending supply of things to complain about with your workday. You know what I mean? Even when there's no new episodes of the show. So come on over for that. It'd be great. It'd be a lot of fun. And I'll see you next time as I'm talking more about the process of building dotBoom Season 2. Oh, also, Jack is still here. There's Jack. You may remember him biting me a couple years ago. He's a little bit heavier now. Not a whole lot, but he's older. He's much more mature, as evidenced by his playing with a pig I'm trying not to think about the symbolism of him destroying a pig when my last name is Hog.